Good morning, everyone. Happy Friday. It's Friday today. We got a few decent movers. First one I'm watching is AMRS. We'll see what it can do here. Also watching DXR, which is getting a nice volume spike in pre-market this morning. SEED is gapping up some from about $1 where it closed. Everyone. Oh, sorry for the echo. Also watching KBSF, had a huge move yesterday before coming all the way back down. It's gapping up about 75 cents right now. Watching CAPR, also KODK. I'm actually holding DELT overnight on Ustock with an entry of, I think my entry was about break even from where it's at 155. That's about where it closed. Maybe might be down 1 cent. Also holding AKRX on Robinhood. For an overnight hold. We'll see. I'll try to hold this one maybe for a few days, let it work a little bit for me. And yeah, I'll go ahead and add my watch list to the chat. So just give me a second. Good morning, Marty. 7. Marwan. Alright, so let me go ahead and add my watch list to the chat. Give me 1 second. Alright, so that's my watch list for this morning. Alright, let me know if you guys see anything else that's moving. Give me 1 second. What's up, Melody? You finally got Robinhood Web. Nice, 7. Congrats, man. I mean, dog. I mean, you can use level 2 on Thinkorswim, and so I mean, you're not at that much you're not at that much of a disadvantage. Just kind of like, I'm using Ustock, and I'm not really at too much of a disadvantage. I mean, I can't. It may be a little bit slower as compared to TradeNet, but it still gets the job done. So it's all up to you, man. However you think. So yeah, I'm actually looking at AMRS for a potential short here. This one's gapping up a pretty big amount. Went all the way up to 750. So a $2 gap up in a 550 stock. Now it's still up $1.60, so much more than 10%. DXR. Thinking the same thing for this one as well, although this one was kind of a parabolic mover yesterday, and so I'm going to be very, very careful. And we've been getting some parabolic movers every single day this week, and so it's really nice to see some decent volume around this time. Watching KBSF, it's gapping up about 75 cents. Got a few other ones I'm paying attention to as well, but those are my main watches. Congrats, 7. Yeah, no problem, dog. Oh man. GERN you're watching? Let's see it. Yeah, you know, it's almost break even now. I want to see it hold over 354. But yeah, I'm definitely thinking about shorting AMRS here. I don't think TradeNet updated my profits here. It's the same amount I had yesterday. Kind of watching SMRT here. Starting to kind of push up a little bit here. SMRT, we'll see what it does at 150. Moving some. But man, look at DXR yesterday. Such a crazy move. From 7 all the way to 21. What's up, investment banker? What's up, man? ZS, is that an IPO? Kind of watching XXII as well. Slowly started to creep up. It's up about 10 cents. And it's also KODK, gapping up a small amount as well. We'll see what happens with it. Alright, so let's look up and see why some of these stocks are moving this morning. Oh, man. Alright, so obviously DXR is the biggest mover in the last few days. It's not really showing me any oh, so DXR is positive blood volume analysis data in heart failure patients. And so it seems like a bio stock with good results. And so that is the cause of the big move on DXR. Let's try AMRS. Alright, so AMRS reported strong fourth quarter results. Adjusted earnings came in at 61 cents per share on sales of 81 million. So good earnings for AMRS, and that's ultimately why it's gapping up some. KBSF had that crazy move yesterday and then came all the way back down. And the reason for that is the company disclosed a new long-term contract. And so that's why KBSF is up so much. I feel like SMRT is probably just up on momentum from the last few days. ZSAN. Yeah, ZSAN's pushing up. Let's see what the news on ZSAN was. Alright, so the reason ZSAN is up is it reached its enrollment milestone for the M207 long-term safety study. And so it added 77 patients and have signed consents for the M207 study and are in 2-week run and evaluation period. And so they got some people to sign up, and so that's why ZSAN is up right now. Let's see how many of these are tradable on TradeNet. AMRS unfortunately is not. DXR is. KBSF is. ZSAN is. KODK is not. CAPR is. AKRX is. SMRT is not. DELT is not. XXII is not. So about half of these stocks are tradable this morning. Kind of bummed out. I really wanted to short AMRS, but unfortunately won't be able to. Still gonna watch DXR for a potential short. Maybe ZSAN as well. Said these two look a lot alike on the daily. Yeah, they look pretty similar. I mean, the reason I'm thinking about shorting this one is you can see what it did the last time it spiked. The last time KBSF spiked, it went up to 15 and then it crashed the entire next day, going all the way down to 536 from 15. Same thing when it had this little mini spike the time after that. It went up to 811. Resumed at about 595. Same thing here. It actually had a follow through day here, so got to be a little bit careful with it, but I'm definitely looking for this one to head down. DXR doesn't really have that much to compare it to, since it's never really had a move like this before. It's kind of just stayed in between 938 and 588, so it's just kind of stayed in between there. And so we'll see if this one actually starts to push up some. It's had a lot of momentum yesterday, so we'll see. Good morning, outsiders. VERU. Yeah, this one's over too. It needs some more volume. Really kind of bummed out. I really wanted to short AMRS at the open, and it wasn't tradable. So wish I could have shorted it. For the most part, investment. I mean, sometimes I'll jump into trades. You know, a lot of times, like I jumped into a few swing trades yesterday. One on U stock. I'm holding DELT. Looks like I'm down some now. I'm down about $4. But you know, yeah, I jump into a few trades towards the end of the day. Sometimes get into positions in power hour from 3 to 4 market time. So it all just depends. All right, so here, like I said, I'm holding Acorn AC. What is it? AKRX is one I'm holding. Holding 7 shares of it since it's a more expensive stock. I'm just gonna let it run a little bit today. See what happens on Robinhood. See if I can find any more big movers. Yeah, gonna see if Z-Sand falls down some as well. It's up to $20 now. Closed yesterday at 15, so it's up about 25% in pre-market. We'll see what happens with it. Man, my Thinkorswim looks like it's timed out again. Let me see. Yeah, my Thinkorswim timed out again. I don't know why it does that. You can see it up here. I don't know why it times out like this. Weird. Nice, Robert. Congrats, man. Yeah, McTermite. I was like on the wait list for Robinhood Web. I was like number 120,000 or something like that. I don't remember exactly where. I know it was in the 100,000s though. And I put myself in the waiting list probably about 4 or 5 months ago. Now with Robinhood options, I'm pretty late on Robinhood options, but they said everybody should have it at the beginning, at the first quarter of this year. But you know, that's passed already, so we'll see when we get it. What's up, Power Zone? Seven, your Thinkorswim's frozen too, man? I mean, mine's not frozen, it's just the time isn't working. Like, I can see the stocks moving. The time is just not up, you know? It still says 912. So what's up, Ant? Good morning, man. Dog, I think it's just a web-based platform for Robinhood, where before you would have to use your phone to get into trades on Robinhood, whereas now, you can use the web, and it's got some cool stuff to it. I did a review on it. Like, there's a I'm down a little bit in pre-market, but there is a scanner that it comes with, which is pretty cool. Let's see if I can pull it up. It's just got a lot of nice stuff for traders. Let me see if I can pull it up. Health and wellness. Yeah, so you can see these are all the health and wellness stocks. I can see the biggest gainers in the market. Let me see if I can get out of the health and wellness. I'm trying to find the top 100. I know there's a way to do it. Oh yeah, top movers. Top movers. I can go to today's top 20 biggest stocks that are moving. I can go to small caps, large caps, mid caps. I know there's a way to get the top 100. I don't know where it went. That's the only problem they have with it. There's news you can look up. So there's some cool stuff with Robinhood Web. There's also a scanner. I just can't figure out how to get to it right now. It has a free scanner. Look at oil and gas stocks. See which ones of these are moving. See the biggest movers in the oil and gas stocks. CVEO and IRDMB is. I could change the price if I want to go down. Only look at stocks between $1 and $60 or $1 and $55. It'll show me that. And so it's pretty cool. I like Robinhood Web. Free scanner for traders. Free trades. Can't really complain too much about it. Robinhood's okay. They obviously have their problems, but you can't really get too upset with free trades, and free commissions. I think it's a good option for new traders to just learn how to trade using a small share size, since you're not gonna, you're not gonna dwindle down your account with commissions since they're free. You could just use a tiny share size and just learn how to trade the market, practice your entries and exits and so forth. And so I think it's a good option for new traders to do that and kind of learn how to trade with, if that makes sense. I'm just glad they stopped their referral program. Their referral program was a pain in the butt. Everybody's sitting there messaging me saying, "Hey, do you want a free stock like Apple?" And you never get Apple. You'd always get I got CHK, which was like a $3 stock. So they basically gave me $3 for signing up, Yeah, I mean, that's what I do as well, dog. Like, to help build my watch list, I just follow people on Twitter. I use stock twits as well, just to see everybody else's watch lists. But you can't trust what people are saying on stock twits. A lot of the time, they're just trying to pump up stocks they're holding, talking about how much they're going to go up and everything. And, they're not being objective, and they're pretty biased, basically, with everything they're holding. So you can't really trust what they're saying. But it's a good option. Stock twits is a good route to kind of find see what everybody else is talking about and whatever, what's moving in the market. That's what I use it for ultimately. My buying power is just under 14,000. I have 13,797. No, you're good investment. I'm using TradeNet, so it's similar to like a prop firm. I paid $500 for the intro package, and they gave me 14,000 in buying power, and I've dwindled it down some. But yeah, you can see it's right here. Open BP, just about 14,000. All right, so XXII is getting a little bit of a push here. I'm gonna write ZSAN in the chat just so I don't forget it. I know, man. You know what I've noticed, dog, is that I need to hold my swing trades longer. You know, like look at this. The stocks I swing traded the last few days. One of them was SMRT. It had this huge push up to 245 after I got out of it. Another one was BW. And well, I guess this one came back down, so I guess that's a good thing, you know. But it went back all the way up to 476. What's another one I was holding in the last few days? I'll have to think about it. But a lot of times, the stocks that I buy will push up the second day after I already get out of them. But yeah, I wish I would have held SMRT for sure. Have a nice little, you know, 50% gain. Yeah, no problem, Melody. I mean, it wasn't really me. Everybody else is the one that reminded me, but, you know, so you should thank them, everybody else in the chat. They're the one that reminded me that they got it up and running. I gotta check to see if I even have any day trades on Robinhood today. Yeah, I got one day trade for Robinhood, so I can get into one position today. Yeah, I just need to have more patience, 7, with my swing trades. That's the biggest thing I need to work on for sure. It's just having that patience to swing trade a little bit longer. Give me a second. I'm going to restart my Thinkorswim so the clock works. I don't know what's going on with the clock. I'm just going to open up TradeNet's platform while I'm doing that. Yeah, I just can't get used to TradeNet's platform. I mean, it's a decent platform. I'm just so used to Thinkorswim. I'm just sticking to what I know with it. I'm using TradeNet NASDAQ. TradeNet gives you so it's like a prop firm. I paid $500. They gave me $14,000 in buying power. I have a $700 max loss though. So if my count gets below 13.3, then they close it down, and there's a profit split. So I have to share my profits if I do make them. I think it's a 70-30 split. There we go. I don't know why Thinkorswim's been doing that. Gotta restart it. There we go. Got it fixed. Right, I think so as well, Seven. I think that's one of the best things about Robinhood is that you could just, I think it's important to just learn how to trade the market consistently, and if you jump in using too big of sizing, or if you jump in and your commissions are too high and you have to compensate for your high commissions by taking larger sizing, then you don't really have the time to learn how to trade the market profitably. At least a lot of new traders don't, because they end up losing their accounts before they can actually build those healthy habits like you're talking about. So that's why I think Robinhood's a good option. I think Ustock's a good option. TradeNet is pretty cheap commissions with $3 for a round trip, and so I think you're exactly right. I think you got to build healthy habits when trading. And if you're using too much commissions, or if you have too big of commissions, or if you're using too big of sizing, you're not going to have the time to build those healthy habits before your account's gone. Madash Trader, dog, I follow him on YouTube. He's got some good videos. He's negative on Twitter. I don't follow him on Twitter. I don't follow that many people on Twitter. What's up, KS? Good morning. Oh yeah, SEED is another one, and it's not tradable. Man, might look at getting in SEED on Ustock or Robinhood, depending on what it does. It's at 128. You see, this is the one I'm holding with an entry of about 158, maybe 157 on DELT. So we'll see which way this one goes. I'll give it a little bit of time. After that move it had yesterday. Gonna get ready to get out of it though. I think I'm holding this one on Ustock. Yeah, I'm holding this one 40 shares. Looks like my entry is about 157, just about 157, maybe a little bit better than 157, 156 and a half. So we'll see what happens. We got about 3 minutes until the open, guys, so good luck, everyone. Also holding AKRX on Robinhood. Depending on what this one does, I might give it a little bit of time. It just had that late day volume spike, which is why I got in. You can see it right here. We'll see if it moves some at the open. Give it a little bit of time. Really, discount motor? Does it really? Let's see. It does. That's nice, man. I didn't notice that. That's cool. So Ustock Trade now has candlestick charts. I mean, I'm still not going to use it, but that's a good option if, other traders don't have another charting software. That's cool. What's up, Matthew? What's up, man? RAS. Maybe. We'll see what this one does. Yeah, that's nice, man. Ustock has candlestick charts now. Alright guys, less than a minute left. See what the SPY's doing really quick. SPY's gapping down some. Alright guys, we got 30 seconds until the open. Good luck everyone. Alright, here's the open. Alright, there's the open. Yeah, I'm probably just going to jump out of DELT here. I just don't like what it's doing right now. Just doesn't look like it's going to move at all. I'm going to get out of it. Z-SAN. Alright, I mean this one's pushing up. I don't have a big share size in it. I'm going to let that one work. Z-SAN's the biggest faller of today though. Watching maybe DXR. XXII's falling down some. I should have trusted my trade idea with KBSF. I thought it was going to drop. Watching DXR pretty strong here. What's up, Surfal? Good morning. The live stream's off by about 30 seconds. If it's more than that, just refresh the stream and it should fix it. Alright, there goes DXR here. I'm going to buy 10 shares of it. Try to give it a little bit of time to work with me. And the thing bounced quick. Oof. Gross. Trying to give DXR a little bit of time here. Don't really like this move. Let's see if it heads back down. Just kind of unpredictable. I'm going to get out. Maybe should have held. I just don't like the fact that it's swinging back and forth. SEED looks okay for a possible rebound here. Maybe should have had a little bit more patience with DXR, but when it's swinging that much, don't know if I necessarily like it. Ugh. I missed my entry on SEED. I looked away for literally 1 second, and SEED pushed up like I was looking for it to do. AMTX. Wow, look at AMTX, guys. Good call, man. I missed this one. Crazy move. Oh, man. See, DXR would have been a correct trade, too. Here's the low of the day break on it. Look at that move, man. Would have been a beautiful trade, too. Yeah, guys, that's the biggest thing that I do incorrectly, is I get scared in the trade and just jump out of it when I shouldn't. Would have been a nice trade. Thought it would wash. Ended up going down all the way to 15.20. Would have been up about $10 on it so far. Bummer. But man, look at AMTX. BPMX trying. SMRT washing. I'm going to get out of this trade on AKRX. It's not going in my way. For a tiny loss, 150. Got out of that. Well, DXR, my trade idea was correct. I just got to have the patience to hold it. Look at that drop, man. DXR washing out some. Look at this. Definitely should have held. Look at this move on DXR. I just didn't have the patience. I think the way I'm going to do this now, though, is that I'm going to set my stop loss. I'm going to use a small enough share size to where I'm comfortable, and I'm going to set my stop loss at the high of the day. Because that way I'll have a little bit, you know, a little bit more leeway with it instead of just jumping out too early like I've been doing. Yeah, it would have been up 15 bucks, 20 bucks by now. AMTX though, look at this mover. I'm a little worried to even jump in this one. It's so crazy right now. There's the second pullback. But hey, my trade idea was correct. Good job, investment. Nice trade, man. What's up, Marquise? Hey, that's still a good trade, Salty. Hey, a winning trade is a winning trade, bro. Yeah, aside from that, I mean, I missed the boat with DXR. That was the only trade I really got into today. And definitely having a little bit of FOMO here. Got out way too early. But my trade idea was correct, and so I can't get too upset, but I'm still kind of frustrated. Watching Z-Sand here. See if it can break under the low of the day. We'll see what AMTX does here. I almost got in Z-Sand. It didn't execute my order. It said order rejected, too close to close price, but it's $3, dog. And when a stock's moving like this, every dollar it moves is $5. And so if I get, you know, a $2 move, it's $10, $7 profit. It just goes back to that small sizing thing. I'm still kind of learning, and so CATB has been pushing up here. It's at 211 now. Had this washout long set up here. Broke 205 and then been on a little run ever since. Not the biggest range though. Don't tell me DELT is running now. No. Okay, good. Not really. I mean, I was holding that one overnight. Got out for a tiny loss. Yeah, AMRS had a little washout long set up here. And there goes a spike on CATB. AMTX is pulling back some, as well as Seed. See, there's a lot of opportunity to make money this morning. I mean, I didn't take advantage of it, but you can see there's a washout long on SED. Broke this high. Nice volume spike around here, you can see. And then it pushed up huge, up to 150s. AMTX had a 1 minute pullback, basically a range breakout here. When it broke here, started to run up. You can see the volume increase right at that moment, start to push up all the way to 170. The biggest thing I missed out on is DXR. I got in short here, just didn't have the patience, and it washed all the way back down $2 after I got out, so it would have been up 20 bucks on that one. Didn't have the patience. Definitely my fault. My trade idea was correct, but definitely my mistake on that one. CATB had a washout long as well. You can see it broke this high here. Volume spike, pushed up. So a lot of good money making setups this morning. And you get SMIT starting to wake up some, getting a volume spike. SMRT bouncing back some, rebounding off the lows. ZSAN bouncing some as well. Aside from that, I don't see too much I like. Gotta give it a little bit of time. You can see SMRT's bouncing back a little bit here. You can see it went all the way down to 120. It's bouncing back. It's at 133 now on SMRT. Let's see if it breaks the high of the day. Yeah, this is a prime example of shorting overextended gap ups on DXR. AUPH has been pushing up all morning. AUPH. Also kind of watching KODK, although it's not tradable in any of my brokers. I could try Robinhood with it, I guess, but... Alright, so it is tradable in Robinhood. We'll see if it breaks the high of the day. Yeah, it's not supported on U-Stock. You see SMRT trying to get the high of the day break after a big drop. Gonna look to possibly get in this one. I'm also gonna jump in KODK here on Robinhood real quick. Let's see how many shares I can buy. I can't buy much. Maybe 30 if it'll let me. No, 25. Yeah. It's not gonna let me buy 25. Maybe 24. Alright, so I'm in KODK with 24 shares. Gotta let it be a little bit longer term hold, see if it starts to push up. Smart couldn't get over. Yeah, Seed's having a big pullback. I don't know, I'm actually more short biased with the SPY right here. I think it'll maybe go down to here, this 274.40 point around the low. Kodak's really struggling to get over that 575 level. AMTX is back. It is pushed back up. Here's a high of the day break on AMTX. Look at the SPY going all the way back down to that 274.40 point and then bouncing immediately back up. A little sketchy. AMTX up to 190. 194. Testing 2 on AMTX. It's at 197 now. AUPH went all the way up to 6 and then came back down. FSLR is a little bit more expensive of a stock, but it's been running up all morning. You can see it's up from about 69.25. AMTX broke over 2 now, up to 218. DXR testing that low of the day here. I think it's going to reverse eventually and start heading back up, but we'll see. Looks like a lot of selling pressure here. Sitting right at 14. I think AMTX is going to start coming back down now after getting rejected at 2. Big long upwick here means selling pressure. But this thing's kind of going crazy, so we'll see what happens with it. DXR continues to push down. Alright, I guess I was wrong on AMTX. It broke over 2 again. It's at 208 now. And KODK is just having so many sellers here at 575. Look at this huge wall right here. And it just can't get over this level. It keeps trying over and over and over again, but look at all these sellers here. Just refusing to get over. Refusing to let it over. So there goes AMTX. I was wrong with it. It pushed up to 230 now. TLGT pushing up, it's at 312, moving up some from it's open at about 270, so still a big move on it. And AMTX continues its climb up. I didn't know it was going to spike. I just saw it spiking, you know. Like, I didn't actually know it was going to spike. I just noticed it starting to spike here. I called it at about 140 something. Somebody else actually, I think, told me about it in the chat. My trade was a DXR. And I mean, I had a feeling it would drop because it was overextended gap here. Alright, finally it breaks on KODK, but the sellers are just not relenting here. Look at all these sellers on the level 2. Huge wall. We'll see if we can get over, but these sellers don't want it to for sure. Huge asks on level 2. Yeah, I mean, half and whole dollars are usually resistance points. And the other way to tell is to look at the level 2, but since there's no, in the last year, there's no resistance above, this 184 point. So, yeah, I mean, that's what I think is, the next line is 250. You just got to catch it early. Investment. You just got to catch it early before this big push and try to jump in and ride the momentum. There's no way to really tell if a stock's going to go supernova like this. You just kind of got to catch it early, which is where scanners come into play in chat rooms. Alright, so the level 2 is slowly getting eaten away. All the sellers are slowly getting bought on a KODK here. Needs to refresh here. There we go. So I'm up about $3 on KODK here. Gonna try to let it work for a while. Seed, yeah, Seed's getting right around the low of the day. Unfortunately, I can't short this one. I don't think. I'm pretty sure I can't. Yeah, unfortunately, I can't get into Seed. But KODK, the long I had after this washout long setup at 560 is up to 590 now. Man, what is up with Robinhood? It's not refreshing. I gotta keep going back and forth here. I'm gonna jump out this one for a tiny profit on Robinhood, pretty sure. Get out of this one for about a $4 or $5 profit on Robinhood. I'll take it. My Robinhood account's tiny, so a $4 or $5 profit. It's actually a decent percentage gain on it. About a 3% gain on my account. Not bad. You're still holding AMRS? What's up, Adelie? Yeah, AMRS is looking okay. See what it does at 7. Yeah, 7. You and me both, man. Like today's my day of regret here. You know, if you watch the beginning of the stream, you can see I took a $5 loss on DXR going short, and you know, I said I thought it would wash out some. I said I thought it would fill some of this gap going down, and I got in right here, right around this low of the day break at 16. And it eventually went all the way down to 13.75 basically, and so would have had a lot of money there, and I ended up getting out for a loss in one of these bounces right here up to 16, you know, 60 something. So definitely a day of regret here on DXR. My trade idea was correct though, and so I can't be too upset, but I'm still kind of bummed out I you know, missed the boat with it. KODK is up to about $6 now. But, I mean, I took a lot of the move on that one with my tiny share size, and so that's okay. I'm not upset about that one. I know, Adelie, I know. By the time I caught AMTX, it was already here at about 150, maybe a little bit lower, and so I thought the move was done. There's been a lot of easy money plays, though. DXR short was one. AMTX was another. Just can't have that fear. There's the pullback on KODK finally. DXR starting to reverse here. We'll see what happens. RXII pushing up. It's over 6 now. Getting a volume spike here. Up to 620 on RXII. OPGN testing that pre-market high, getting a little bit of a volume spike here. RXII is up to 630. DXR kind of reversing here. It's up to 1540s. Got out of KODK at the right time for Robinhood. Not seeing too much alike anymore. Except for RXII maybe. AKCA slowly grinding up here. Kind of like DXR for potential short here. We'll see what happens though. Appreciate it, bitch. Walter, I live north of Houston. About 20 miles northwest of Houston. See you, Melody. Alright guys, but it's about 10:15 market time. I'm going to go ahead and close the stream down now. Not a great day today. Took a few small losses. Overall, the week wasn't too bad, though. I had 3 profitable days, I think, and 2 losing days, and so not too bad of a week. Hopefully, I'll be able to bounce back and do a little bit better next week. My trade ideas have been working correctly, especially shorting these overextended stocks. Over the weekend, I'm going to study a little bit, work on having the discipline and patience to hold it. Even though I might be a little bit fearful, I got to work on holding it because my trade ideas have been spot on, but my patience in the emotional and mental game of it has been hurting me when I'm trading, and so I got to work on that a little bit, and hopefully I can do a little bit better next week. If you haven't already, everybody hit the subscribe button if you haven't. And if you want to do me a favor and appreciate me live streaming myself trading every weekday morning, make sure you hit the like button right now on this video. I'll definitely appreciate it if you do. And yeah, guys, everybody have a good weekend. Hopefully you can all make some money for the rest of the day if you decide to get into anything else. And yeah, good luck. Have a good weekend, everyone. I'll see y'all later. Thanks for watching.